Hi there, Sprinkles. Welcoming you back to crypto's juiciest news. What's going on today? Are there more wars happening? We have Circle expanding the USDC payment stuff all over the cryptocurrency industry. ChainLink team send $150 million of link to the exchange. Normally it's bearish, but are there stats saying that something else is happening? What's going on in Texas? And more, friends. A lot of things are coming for your way. We are actively nuking right now. Bitcoin at around 101,000 American dollars. Hit as low as 100,000. I've been covering it here for you. Now, luckily for you and me, friends, we're going to play some Pumpy G music. We are quite aware of what's going on. All right. We're very aware that there is some pre-programmed skitsy FUD. This is the daily SuperTrend chart. Isn't it pretty cool, friends? Remember, I've just shown you, right? When we were right here, I could just sniff it. You know, I could just tell you. I was just like, man, you just sniff it. Like when we had this candle, do you remember? We were just like sitting around here. I'm like, man, I'm just being here for too long. Like you just know, the poopy time is coming pretty much, right? Actually, I'll show you again. That's what it looked like. And then you're just like, you know what? I know how these end. Bang, bang, bang. So that's where we are now. It's just part of this whole natural cycle resetting stuff. Everyone's got their own theories, 60-day cycle, whatever. Just, us, friends. Just pre-programmed FUD. It's going to be a while. That's what we're waiting for. We're hoping it goes up or whatever. Okay, now that we're here, what can happen? Well, some sort of Donald Trump tweet or whatever it is, some sort of pre-programmed FUD. You don't know what it's going to be. It could be left field. Comes out, just might shake everyone and just go pop and pop, okay? Just like it's basically just a vomiting out of everyone again. I know it's getting cumbersome now because you're like, well, Bitcoin does the vomiting, but then it goes to discover new high prices. Altcoins do the vomiting and then they just keep vomiting out. I know, man. It's like I said, friends, the business cycle, say it with me. I say it with you all the time because it's important, the business cycle. Because trust me, friends, I know when a lot of you are waking up, okay, if you're not watching my show, if you're not watching the highest value content in crypto, even though it's here free for you, if you're not watching it, you probably wake up with this sinking feeling whenever you read a mid-curver's approach to crypto saying, you know what, you got scammed. Just admit you got scammed. None of these things have value. You thought you could dump on retail. No, you're the idiot retail, okay? So I get it. That's what's going through everyone's mind. I don't feel that, okay? If I felt that way, I'd be saying stuff like that. I don't feel that way at all. I know what it is. I literally know what it is. I've shown you what it is. I mean, it's not like some secret esoteric knowledge now. I've told you 15,000 bajillion times. It's a business cycle, friends. A business cycle is a phenomenon that the government can't control it in terms of making it happen, okay? It can dampen the tops and the bottoms. It can try to dampen the tops and bottoms, but it can't basically force it up. It can't. When everything's ready to go, everything's ready to go. When is that? Okay, anyone's guess. These business cycles usually last 3.5 to 5.5 years, and there's every cycle. There's different types of confidence signals that you see from people being willing to take on risk and stuff out here. I'm looking at the Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance once again makes a new high, crushing everyone out here. That's because, friends, Solana and Ethereum, Solana and XRP, pretty much everything else that was strong while Ethereum was weak, now they are pretty much being weak and just, crushing everything again. So what are we waiting for now? Well, pretty much just time. That's what we're waiting for. More time to pass. This is the weekly chart of BTC. I know, man, it's kind of funny. We have a sentiment reset and Bitcoin is like at 101,000, but we know what it is, right? It's not about that. It's the business cycle. That's what it is. It's not just crypto. So when people just say, oh, crypto is bad, but it's not just crypto, friends. Crypto prices are a reflection of the business cycle. Yes. So crypto being trash here means most people out there in the real economy are also, they haven't been doing too well. They've been doing like, okay, getting along, but not too well. Okay. Only certain pockets have been doing really well, but, like stock market dudes and stuff out here, maybe, and some property. But you got to remember, they don't get a 15x upside. They don't get the chance to triple their money, quadruple their money in 1-2 years. They don't get the chance. That's low, by the way. That's a failure. You know what I mean? They don't get that chance. They don't even have a chance to do it. It's literally 0% for them, right? So they are, remember, friends, I told you, for altcoins, we need all 10 traffic lights to turn green. Yeah, with stock market, you only need 3. You know what I mean? With gold, you need around that. And then the houses, you need that as well. See what I mean? You only need 3 to 5 traffic lights to turn green, and they're always on pretty much, you know, but then traffic light 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, we need them to actually ping on, you know. We thought Donald Trump, when it was traffic light number 6, we thought it was going to crank on, and then it stops. They all turn red again, okay? So once you have this mentality, at least you can navigate these poopy times rather than just sitting there and thinking like we've done something wrong, because ultimately we haven't done anything wrong, you know, because I don't base my thesis stuff off time. Okay, because that's what I mean. If you're in long-term spot, there's no leverage. Okay, if you're not doing like a freaking 10x leverage long on an exchange, it doesn't matter how long it takes, and that's what advantage we have out here. You know, it doesn't feel like an advantage, feel like a disadvantage right now, but no, it is an advantage, guys. It is a big advantage because you know you don't get forced out. You know what I mean? You did not get forced out like 12 months ago. Like we're still here. So if something was to turn around, we're long for it. So right now, you know, we have a Bitcoin, you know, 101, probably 199.98, whatever the hell it's going to be, whatever it's going to take. This is the super trend. Something interesting just about the daily super trends, friends. Remember, the daily super trends are not as strong as the weekly super trends. Remember, the weekly super trend stays green the whole bull market. The daily super trend, it has these periods of where it flips. And then we fake it out again, and then it flips again. All right, we had these periods of time. See here, oh, we flipped. Oh no, we come back down. So it has these red and green periods. Remember, this was Japan's Pokemon Island back in August, exploding out here. That was tough. Then we have, see, red again, right? And so we could have something like that where it happens again and again. Okay, so see what I mean? Like we're just so close to teetering on here. First time it held, but like this is, you know, it's the dailies. It's not the weeklies. You know what I mean? It's not that as powerful. So if this comes down here, scares everyone, whatever, and then just like probably makes its way up, and then we start to exit Jeety June, and we move into Joyful July. Now, if we are going to crack on and just check out Ethereum, friends. Remember, Ethereum has some strong price action. 2,300, 2,200. This is actually quite good. This is quite good. Obviously, everybody... So what happens is, right, there's people short Ethereum. Okay, they're probably like hoping, yes, please, like I need you to get out, I need you to get me out all the way down here. And, you know, it would be nice if it just stalls here. It just won't give it to them. It would be very, very, very nice if it won't give it to them. If it does this, okay, it's over. It's literally, okay, if it literally does that, then, all right, well, it's going to be a while. But hopefully it doesn't do that, all right? I can just tell there's a lot of people short here. Remember, this is Bitcoin dragging everything down and the rest of the weak altcoins and everything. I'll show you some more price action as we move on further. Actually, probably now is a good time, friends. Just check out some of those CME gaps. That'd be nice. Remember the Ethereum CME gap? We're pretty much here, friends. We are right here. Over here. Remember, well, Ethereum closed 2418. Interesting. On the weekend. And now it is at 2,300. So when it opens up, oh cool, it's going to make a gap. That's actually very nice. That's actually very nice. Just notice this right now. That's pretty cool. So obviously you want the gap down because the gap's filled. Yeah, we don't want the gap up, even though we cheer on the weekend. Oh, cool. But then you're like, oh crap, we're making a gap. You know what I mean? So that'll be actually nice. If we open here, there's like some fake, you know, maybe it actually happens. Hopefully, I'm not joking. I really want within the next 24, 48 hours, Trump, just come out, man. Just come out, upload a picture that's not AI of you like sucking on Elon's toes. You're in a pink tutu and saying you're going to nuke Iran. Just say something like that. Just get everyone out. Hurry up for like, just get Bitcoin, poke on the night, poke on 100K, let it see 99, 98 for that 1 or 2 hours, and then like just let it go back up. You know what I mean? That's what we want to see. And then create this gap, and then we're ready to go up. That'd be beautiful. I think now it's also interesting. Maybe we'll have a look at the Bitcoin CME gap too. You type in BTC, friends, but you go to the CUC Mercantile Exchange. Actually, you got to type in CME BTC if you're looking at the trading McView. So 103,700. This is it. You put on a daily chart. So Bitcoin trading at like 101,700. Also, it's got a gap. Pretty nice. 101,700. So Bitcoin's around here. So yeah, a bit of a gap, whatever. So heavily, you know, so we're just watching this stuff in real time. We just wanted to, like, we're so over it, man. Everyone is just so over this whole industry. It feels like everything's just a freaking scam, man. I mean, like, it doesn't help when you see shit like Mantra DAO. Bro, look at this chart. Like, oh no, did you take profit? Nope, see us. Man, how sad is this, friends, by the way? If there was just like a 3-month period, you're like, oh, I'm liking the growth. No, you're just like, you just totally regret everything. But don't try this at home. But yeah, man, I really want to put on a leverage long on this. But don't do it. Because these things, they take a while before they actually do that move. You know what I mean? But this is just ridiculous. So actually, this is the level right here. Actually, this is Mantra DAO. Wow, this is the level. So Yeah, man, just it's scary. It's scary. But here's the thing, friends. Mantra went up only on a literal. This was, I'm not joking. This is what 2017 coins did. This was alt season 2017. See, we've seen out of, that's sad, man. They all did this chart pattern back in 2017. And now out of like, you know, literally, let's say the top 1,000 coins, only freaking one does it. Mantra down. Where it goes up, gaps up, does a triangle, gap up again. This is like XRP pretty much in its 2017 move. And yeah, it actually almost is. It's a 518x rally. So XRP literally did this in 2017. Okay, that's pretty much, you know how powerful that was? There are still XRP people around here. And then, oh my gosh, 97% down. Yeah, man, you're going to have to punt. Like, it's a cigarette-butt. Perfect example. I'm so glad to show this. This is literally cigarette-butt investing. It's Warren Buffett's bread and butter. It's like, hey, man, okay, maybe you're not going to be around in 10, 15 years. But for you to actively drop straight down 97.73%, and you're like real-world assets and you're themed and people know about it. Yeah, man, that's just, you know, it's crypto. Just be careful when it comes to that as well, because like if you have any spare cash, if you do have spare cash, it's worth throwing in stuff into stuff like that. But just be careful, friends. Just that's all I'm saying. Be careful. Don't go around doing anything too fancy. Okay, these things like, yeah, you get excited and stuff, but like it's not exciting. You know, buying the depression, like you learn, oh, everyone's giving me a really cheap price because everyone can see that they're not going to care about this for a long time. A long time. Now, a long time might be a year, but that's an eternity in crypto. You know what I mean? Now, cracking on, friends, we have identified jets reportedly conduct airstrikes on Iranian naval vessels in the Persian Gulf. Man, are we really doing the fake World War III FUD? Get at it. Just get over it. Come on, mate. Really? Why fake World War III? Come on, we had it last year. Is that, friends? You know what it's like? It's like, man, you ever watch a TV show, but it's on normie television? And like they're just getting to a good part, and then there's like another 3.5 minute ad, and it's the same freaking company spamming, like, you know, the ad. You almost think about, should I just buy this thing because they're just blowing money, and I don't want anything to do with it. Yeah, it's what it feels like, but it's the same show, man. We need a new show. You know what I mean? Oh man, we are just monkeys on this little blue ball of zoo, man. We are. Michael Chad Saylor has predicted Bitcoin will hit $21 million in 21 years. Now, friends, I got to play some Cranky G music, okay? Bizarre objects in the universe. $21 million. Now, if you've been watching my show, which I know you have, friends, for the past 3 to 5 days, I've been mentioning every single day, as the bull market progresses, we might see like Michael Saylor raise his $13 million target. He's been saying that's too bearish. That's way too bearish. He's doing it already. By the way, it's no coincidence, fans. Do you know they all watch the Bitcoin dominance right chart? You know that, right? Even Michael Saylor. They all pay attention to this chart. Whenever it ticks up, you know how I notice, friends. I notice Max Kaiser, Michael Saylor, whenever it ticks up, they go really hyper bullish on Bitcoin talk. Yeah, more than the USD price. When it goes down, they're silent. Do you know that? I couldn't believe it because I've been told about, like, oh, it's stupid. Why do they say it's stupid? I'll tell you why they say it's stupid. It's because they know what's coming deep down. They know what's coming, right? Are you a little green box dude, or you are a big arrow guy? I like my arrows big and thick. Okay, I've got a giant, big, thick, girthy arrow. You see that? The penetrator, they call it. Okay, so penetrating gold season. So it depends what type of person you are. That's why they even, when it goes down, they change the Bitcoin dominance. They go, oh no, that's a fake one. We measure against Bitcoin Cash and the other things trying to compete as store of value. That's what they do. And they will do that again in the bull market. So it's interesting just how the psychology works, because you think these people are impenetrable, and they're not. Then you find out they've got a belly button. They've got an armpit. So now if we crack on as well, friends, Max Kaiser has predicted Bitcoin will surge to $850,000. So, friends, obviously, I've got Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin. We want it to go up. I'm just showing you how, like, everybody drinks Kool-Aid. Everyone, okay? Everyone, right, at all points. And you got to remember this point. When Bitcoin, not if, but when it's not the number one in the spotlight, you'll remember my voice. saying like, told you, man, told you, don't drink the Kool-Aid. Doesn't matter what it is. Everyone drinks the Kool-Aid. And then you can see when someone's like winning and winning and winning and winning and winning forever, and they just can't stop winning. It's literally, that's Bitcoin, right? Winning, winning, winning. We can't go down. We can't go down. We'll never go down. Nobody ever wants yield. The business cycle's never going up. Just, you remember my voice going like, I love you and appreciate you, but I'm not like committing all in to requiring that. Like Willy Woo, for example, has been selling his Bitcoin to go buy Bitcoin miners and stuff out here at the like pico top of this Bitcoin dominance, man. This is just, it's so dangerous when these things turns around. Oh, man. Also, friends, if you want to know, why is 21 million? So like, I know in our mind, we're like, dude, just give us the 200K. I don't give a shit about the $1 million mark. That's how we feel, yeah. But 21 million is a big difference from 1 to 2 million because of the growth rate. Because for Michael Saylor to get 21 million, okay, effectively, Bitcoin has to grow. Let's actually check that out, actually. About 29% per year for 21 years in a row. And I just calculated it right now. Yeah, I just played with some numbers, right? So yeah, that's pretty much, he's saying it's going to grow at 29% per year for forever. But, you know, if you check my chart with these growth rates, remember I have my very famous and friendly Bitcoin growth rate chart. These are the 4-year growth rates, 165, 96, 67. We don't know what this one's going to be, right? But if it got to 40%, we would be 250K by 2028. Okay, that's 40%. Okay, so this thing is aggressively going down. And okay, see, this is the crazy part. So if Bitcoin was gold's market cap, store of value, we'd be about $1 million right now, $1 billion US. Gold's growing at around 6 to 8.5% per year, depending on, you know, the how much of the debasing and stuff they're doing. You know, it's growing at like, I think it's more like 8% per year now because they're ratcheting it up. So say it's not just about those numbers because we're still early enough, I guess, to that. It's not just about those. Okay, it's about the thought process and the confidence to even talk about such a ridiculously high number. Okay, because pretty much what he's saying is, forget Ethereum, forget crypto, forget altcoins, forget your stablecoins, forget everything. Bitcoin's the way, the truth, the light. That's what's effective that they're saying. So it's extremely dangerous thinking, friends. It's literally like you saying, like, let's say you support a football team, okay? Let's say your football team is coming first this season. Yeah, they've come first. Let's say they just won the premiership, okay? And then next season, let's say they're coming first in like the first 5 games, okay? And then you say, you know what? I'm going to go buy a $20,000 membership, which gives me box seats for the next 20 years because this team's going to come first every year and they're going to win every game. All right? Do you see how unrealistic that is? But that's it. That's effectively what they're doing when it comes to saying that. Like, oh, we don't need to look at anything else. This thing's going to grow forever. No one's ever going to change their mind. Okay? It's just like, and that's what I'm trying to tell you, man. Like, people try to say fundamentals, and I say, dude, it's more like ice cream flavors. It's like, oh, you really like strawberry ice cream today. Yeah, bro, but you might like chocolate in a month, you know? But, okay, this consumer is still eating strawberry ice cream 3.5 years later, okay, referring to Bitcoin. Yeah, but what if they just want sprinkles? What if they want, like, you know, maybe pistachio ice cream? You see what I mean? So that's effectively what's going to happen. Just trying to predict that change, obviously, is fool's errand. A malicious pop-up was identified and removed on CoinMarketCap. So this is just a friendly warning. Please don't click anything. Everything's a virus on the internet. Everything. Don't venture outside of the main sites. YouTube's, okay? YouTube, Twitter, your email, okay? Just don't venture out there. ChatGPT, Google McDougal. Be careful, click on Google links. It's like, do not venture out. Google have a lot of the fake, remember, the fake first results can be scam fake websites. If you need to check a website for anything in crypto, go to its Twitter. Okay, look it up on Twitter first. Go to x.com, find its Twitter social media, and they should have the Twitter link in the bio description. Never, ever, ever go anywhere else. So you click once, you're finished. Okay, you go somewhere, you give unauthorized access, it's pre-game over. Okay, friends. So all these ads, all these click ups, just don't click on anything, dude. Just don't do it. Use the hardware wallet. Also, please be careful, okay? What North Korea and all the other evil scum scammers do is they don't hack you, okay? If you're in crypto, they don't hack you. What they do is they hack your family, okay? They get access to your family and then they message you from the family account member. And they will send you a file. Hey, come join us call. Come join this. And they'll send you a file. There you go. All right. So effectively, yeah, if you have any family, if you have any friends, anyone on Discord, even anonymous people, even people, friends on your Discord, anywhere else, okay, everyone is a target. Literally everybody, okay? You got to think like that, okay? And by the way, if you don't even think like that, I've just shown you, friends, literally within the past 48 hours, someone lost their whole life savings in crypto. All 6 wallets got drained because of that Zoom call. So that North Korea hacked the guy's friend, and then they took the guy's screenshot, and they put the guy's screenshot as the display picture on the Zoom call. So it looked like a frozen picture where the guy's like, it just looks like that, just like one frozen picture. And it's like, oh, your internet connection's good and not good. And they're like, oh, you got to update Zoom. So they thought they're talking to the real account. Okay. So if you have any family member trying to send you any file, don't do that, friends. Next time you see them, just get your elbow and just put it straight into their neck. Just, oof. Okay. Don't even explain why you're doing it. They'll learn. In other news, friends, Circle's CCTP V2 is now live on Solana. So it enables fast, secure USDC transfers across supported chains. So pretty much that's how stablecoin SuperCycle is going to keep flourishing. USDC, USDT, the stablecoins, they're going to probably have their own chain and rails. So you do less slippage. So it's probably going to be more dedicated stuff out here because if you're sending $1,000, no one wants to spend $30 to swap chain to chain, right? So there'll probably be these like super fast, centralized micro payment ones where like if you want to send $1,000, maybe it costs like $1. Okay, and then you can pretty much now everyone's got a bank account everywhere. And there you go, stablecoin SuperCycle, right? And if people are earning yield that they don't get from the normal banks, they're coming into crypto, and Bob's your uncle. Hacken's HAI has dropped 97% after Binance and Ethereum contracts were compromised. All bridges shut and only VeChain is valid. So I've never heard of this before, but just like, please be careful, friends. Bridges, everything is dangerous. A lot of the stuff is dangerous. Don't go venturing out the stuff, new things out here on like a main wallet or with a lot of money. Friends, do you even remember, shout out to Box Mikey, Box Mining. Remember Mikey, friends, back in 2021 or 2022? He was farming, I forgot, like Omnia Chain. They had like a bridge. And I think he had something like freaking, I don't know how much of his net worth, but it was something like 80 to 90% just in this yield farm. And he was earning a lot of yield, and then it got hacked. Okay, he got hacked. He literally lost like I don't know how much it was, maybe like 1.4, 1.8 million. And like, I don't know how, it was like an enormous amount, and more like, oh my gosh. Thank God what ended up happening was the compromiser left one little trail accidentally, and so they could get doxxed. Okay, so they were able to recover the funds because they knew who it was. They go, hey, you don't hand it back, we're going straight to police. Okay, so I think they were able to recover that. These days, though, a lot of the hackers, there's no law because it's North Korea. Okay, there is no law anyway. Even if they know who the people are, it's like a random bowl haircut, Sing Young Poo, right? Whatever it is, you just want to smack him out, but you can't because his bones are so frail because they're freaking eating literally pigeons over there in North Korea. And doesn't even matter, right? Kim Jong-Un, right, is your only weapon, and it is a good weapon, by the way. Your only weapon against strangers on the internet is to keep saying that Kim Jong-Un is a fat Oompa Loompa and he is a defecator. Okay, so if you know the North Korean law, his father, he wrote it into. It's kind of funny, right? He wrote into his story that he never pooped. So he said, what is his dad's name? The little Asian midget dude. Forgot. Right, from, yeah, so, oh man, it's kind of funny. He wrote this story. So he wrote, of the two most glorious skills he gave himself, he gave 2 skills. One, he would always hit a hole in one when he played golf. Okay, that's funny. It's just funny, like, of all the, bro, just say you've got the biggest dong in the world, you know what I mean? Say, like, the ladies run to you, like, no. I hit hole in ones in golf, which is, it's kind of funny, right? And then also he said he never defecated. So he's a non-pooper. Okay, so don't try to sell him toilet paper, won't need it. ChainLink team have moved $150 million to Binance today. So whenever this happens, we watched it for 3 years. Everyone yells because price of dog shit. They go, oh no, the team's scamming, they're dumping. But actually, if you check the charts, they're always right before big rallies. Yeah. So there's a Chainlink team know something, or they just conveniently timed. They're preordained. But yeah, it's just interesting how it always happens because they don't come and they market sell. They just it's just something interesting that appears, right? The chair of China's National Institution for Finance and Development, Li Yang, says stablecoins extend the US power. And then Li calls for a RMB stablecoin via Hong Kong to defend monetary sovereignty. Xiaomi's stablecoin SuperCycle thesis confirmed. So wild, right? China stablecoin. I mean, it's everywhere, friends. I've been telling you, stablecoin SuperCycle is confirmed. Yes, it's 100% confirmed. Many ways to play it. I like the thought of self-sovereign, no blacklist function PDI, right? And a community takeover of EDI. That's a unique story. That's something exciting. Because when you think of takeover, okay, you think of literally like barbarians, you know, and there's cave lady barbarians as well, barbarianettes, right? Like raiding this, this town out here and conquering, and you got like the caveman club with like the nails in it, but you know, it's you haven't invented nails yet, so you got something else there. You know what I mean? Like you're just conquering stuff out here. You're going on an adventure, and we're doing things right. You know, so that's the imagery gets invoked, and it really is like that, by the way. That's when you see the Pulse Chain pioneers and everything happening on Pulse Chain in the background. Not even background, you can all see it transparently. Just no one's talking about it visually. When you see all of it happening, that's what effectively what they're doing. They're doing all these nozzle tweaks. They changed this new RV and stuff out here. So hopefully it all ends up well. You know what I mean? Per GlassChode, each $1 invested by sovereign allocators could boost Bitcoin's market cap by up to $25 in the short term and $1.70 in the long term. So just, you know, I don't know how they calculate exactly those numbers. It's a bit, $25 to one. That's a bit. Let's actually see what that is. I think actually that's correct now that I mention it. Yeah, that's actually correct, friends. Yeah, so if you do 1 divided by 25, that's about 4% of its size. Yes, that's actually true. Wow. Yeah, that is true. I know you don't believe it. Yeah, that's actually true. Because look at market caps, right? And the liquidity, the bid and the offer. So the bid and the offer together, they're only like 1 to 2% of a coin's market cap. Yeah, 1 to 2 to 3% for every single coin, including Bitcoin. Because who wants to leave just resting bids and offers freaking inside market? You know what I mean? So that's why that phenomena happens. This is what it is. That's how everything works. Everything trades at the margin. Okay. So yeah, that's why like for Bitcoin to go from 100K to 150K, you're adding $1 trillion market cap, but you don't need $1 trillion to enter. You only need more like 100 billion or 50 billion. Whatever it is. No, less. Yeah, around what they say, about 40 to 50 billion. You don't need $1 trillion to actually enter. Okay. But there's volume and there's selling. So you do need a lot more than just 40, 50. But if you just hit it up, yeah, you don't need to add, you don't add $1 trillion out here. So that's just how markets work. Texas Strategic Bitcoin Reserve has officially been signed into the law, which is wonderful. So that's all my baby dolls in Texas. We do have a lot of friends over there in the land of Texas. You have a lot of oil. You have a lot of sun. Heard there's a lot of trucks over there in land of Texas. Joe Bogan is there as well. So Matty Allen from Pulse Chain Community also went there. I think Texas, you know, try to be land of freedom and liberty and stuff out here. If you live in anywhere out there in America, what do you think of Texas? Is just like one of those states? Because, you know, I think it's like each state is like its own personality, you know, but for the rest of the world, obviously they don't really know that. They think like if you go in America, like there's totally different person if you like line up like a Florida dude with like a San Francisco girl, you know what I mean? And then a Texas guy, you know what I mean? Like totally different. Totally different. This is that chart I wanted to show you from before. Actually, this is just chart going down 97%. Very familiar with this. Here you go. Yay, just dropping down, bridge hacks and everything out here. So, well, I mean, we say be careful, but like there's nothing legit going up. But there is, or maybe hyperliquid and stuff here. But it's just one coin, like 1 or 2 coins, dude. You know, it's just what you come to see in the whole crypto industry is like, yeah, man, it's just out of 1,000 coins, everyone owns something, right? Someone owns something. And then of the 5 that actually move, people come out and they go, I am the genius. I picked this one. I am the master cherry picker. I am the most masterful, careful selector of cherries. Me, look at my beautiful bucket with all these yummy cherries. Okay? Don't bite too hard. There's seeds inside. Wow, that's what I see when I'm saying, oh, I cheered this on. I'm like, dude, like, it's like a new name every few months, friends. Do you remember people who were gambling on GambleFi for crypto in 2023? We had like Rollbit. Rollbit were literally making millions of dollars every week per month, and they were using it to buy and burn the token. The token's down 85%. So you're like, what the hell happened? Yeah, because all the people who owned all the tokens, they've been dumping into the buy and burn of it. Right? It's almost like what happens with PulseX. But with PulseX, of course, it's not just PulseX. It's tied to everything else out here, right? So, but yeah, it pretty much actually it is similar. Exactly what happened to PulseX. Speaking of Pulse Chain out here, oh man, these prices are so bad. Jeez, Pulse Chain's almost down 80% stack price. Wow, man, down 80% after 4 years. Well, what can you do, man? Hex, everything's just at abomination prices. Dick with butt, showing some green. The DWB, look at that. The core coin out here. There you go, friends. Just, you know, in a sea of red, sometimes you have coins that can just seemingly not go down, which is interesting. Now, where to from here? So pushing on through the weekend, seeing Bitcoin dominance literally crack up to the high again. Well, come on, XRP and Solana. You altcoins, bro, you're shitting on Ethereum the whole time. You've had one job. Just don't dump down when Bitcoin's at 100K, and you've failed that too. So, like, just a bit of karma, man. It's a bit of karma for everyone shitting on Ethereum. Now that Bitcoin, like, stalls out for literally just, like, 15 days, and here they start dunking out. So maybe we'll just have a quick look at maybe XRP chart. Hopefully this thing doesn't do the whole, you know what I mean. Don't do that. Don't do it, XRP. Don't do it. Don't do it. It should be okay, but it's going to be a while, friends. Yeah. What are we going to do at this point? You know what I mean? Can't go else anywhere but up from this point because it's just so far freaking low for so long. But yeah, that business cycle, huh? Like, subscribe, catch you soon.